bioshes, thanks for clicking. Today we are doing a Costco quarantine haul of all Whole30 ingredients. Full disclaimer, I am not a certified nutritionist or a health professional. I'm a Whole30 enthusiast. I've done the Whole30 for years now, and it's changed my relationship with food in ways that I can't even begin to explain. So take this just for what it is. This is just my advice, in my experience. And yes, I know it's crazy that we're doing Whole30 during quarantine, but what better way to do it when there's no temptation of restaurants to go dine out at. So we're gonna be documenting our experiences and hope to see you back here when we upload what I eat in a day and just recipe videos, all kinds of stuff. And I do want to get more in depth and dive into the Whole30 more, like the guidelines and just what's in the books. So it should be fun. I also want to talk about how this shopping experience was different for us than usual. Because of everything that's happening out there, we can't afford really to go on several trips. So even though this is important, we only got what we needed. We did get a little extra. And a little extra wasn't hoard a bunch of stuff, but enough that hopefully the way that we design the grocery list, right, we are able to keep these foods usable throughout the whole month. So okay, I'm gonna do what's on the table first, and then I'm gonna move on to the other ingredients I have. So let's begin. So keeping in mind what our standards were when shopping, we wanted to just buy just enough for the month ideally, and that doesn't go bad. So we use a lot of lemon juice, and when you just buy the lemons on their own, sometimes they tend to go bad. So we just bought these guys that are shelf friendly, and these are really, really, really important ingredients for our homemade mayo. Our homemade mayo is everything, and you will never go back to store-bought, and there will be a video coming soon in our mayo and all kinds of flavoring that we add to our mayo. So lemon juice is really, really important for that, and also for salads and all that good stuff. So this was really, really good deal. Alrighty, so as you can see, we have 2 boxes. I shouldn't have gotten the kombucha. We have 2 boxes of kombucha. Kombucha is our everything. Is a motherland. Kombucha is just the most delicious thing in the world. I don't know how people do Whole30 without kombucha. It just has a fizziness, delicious just treat with your meals, and yeah, like it's just so good, and it's all just good bacteria for your gut health. And when I do a video diving into what the Whole30 is, the gut health standard of food is a really important one, and that's where kombucha comes in. It's just so freaking delicious, and there's 6 full-size 16-ounce bottles, so we have 12 bottles in total. And what we like to do is kind of open them up and pour a little bit in like smaller cups, so we can really, really, really be frugal with it. Pecans, I mean, it's just like you put it in your mouth and it's just deliciousness. And they're really great because we do these types of like parfaits, but it's like a mason jar breakfast where we layer fruits and coconut milk with like hemp hearts and dates, and it's just like you kind of go in and you make it into a pudding, kind of like chia pudding that you leave overnight. So nuts really go a long way, and I mean pecans are great. Alrighty, hemp hearts are amazing. They're really delicious with the breakfast jars. And hemp hearts have 10 grams of protein per 3 tablespoons. Like, it's a lot of freaking protein. So, and they're just so delicious and so hearty. I love them so much. So, and they're organic. All right, we treated ourselves finally with some delicious ghee. And again, when I do the dive into what the Whole30 is and the guidelines, ghee, clarified butter is definitely compliant. And this is great for like high heat when you're cooking high heat food. So I'm really excited for this ghee. We picked out our very favorite sweet potatoes, and these are called Oriental sweet potatoes. That's how they're always marked in every store, and as you can see it here too. So I mentioned this because there's a distinction between the Oriental marked versus just the regular sweet potatoes that are like orange. These are more of our favorite because, like, yes, they're sweet, but they're not as sweet as the other ones. Like, they have that starchiness that's delicious, and they just hold flavor. They just absorb flavor so much, and we just live on these. So we got 2 packs. Alrighty, let's move on. So then, of course, we have almond butter. Almond butter. These almond butters are great. It's just the most simple of ingredients. Just one ingredient: organic roasted almonds. Like, it's just like, I just don't know how else to tell you how amazing these are. I mean, this is just everything that we eat. And again, like, take a sweet potato, cut it in rings, bake it with some ghee, add almond butter with some ham hearts. I mean, what else do you need? Alrighty, we finally got another coconut oil bucket. We bought these before, but you know, given the circumstances, we wanted to stock up again. These are great for like high heating as well of food. And I needed some for my hair, so I'm gonna get some for my beauty and sterilize the jar, and it should be fun. Alrighty, we have some prosciutto. This prosciutto is everything. I like to cook mine and get it crispy. I don't like it just like that. I don't know how controversial that is. I don't care. I mean, this is everything. I used to make a lot of Brussels sprout prosciutto boats where like I'll bake these into like, I'll just bake them and then cook some Brussels sprouts, and then like I'll just like, and it'll be like a boat. Like, anyway, it's delicious. Alrighty, we got watermelon. And we got these beauties because we have lots of mint growing in our house. If you guys didn't know, mint is a real savage. Like, if you ever try to grow mint, my boyfriend is a gardener in the house, so maybe he can impart some wisdom eventually as to what makes them savages. But yes, they're savages and they grow really fast, so we really want to eat it. Alrighty, and then Costco has these brands of sausages like processed meats like this. They're really, really hard to find Whole30 compliance because a lot of these guys are curated with sugar, and especially they have tons of nitrates. A lot of them do. And when we dive into the guidelines, we're gonna see why all that is not just optimal. Oh, and guess what? Whole30 approved. Whole30 approved. Yay! See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes the Whole30 program will like put the stamp on, like, yes, approved, like, yes. And these are so great to have in the fridge because like when you have eggs, like, you just want like a quick meat with it, right? Like, if you have your homemade mayo, you whip up some eggs with like the wieners cut up, and then you just get a little mayo. And what else do you need? All right, let's finally we of course got chicken. I'm really surprised that they had chicken. I was seeing horror pictures in other Costco's across the country that just didn't have chicken anymore. So it's good to have chicken. I'm happy. And it's just chicken. Another must have always for us is ground turkey. And thankfully Costco's really comes through. Like, my love for Costco and hate. I love it, but I hate being in it with really, really, really crazy people. So Costco comes through with the organic ground turkey. This texture, I just love it. I'm not a big, huge ground beef person in texture wise, you know. I like it in a patty, but you know, just the texture for this is just much better. And it's really low fat, which allows you to add all kinds of fat that you want, like good fat, you know, because you should be eating lots of fat, just the right kind of fat, right? So you can just really go in with delicious fat and just delicious aiolis, and it's just so freaking good. What we love to do is like a bed of spinach, the sweet potatoes we just showed you, we just kind of cut them up, bake them, and then put the ground turkey on top of all that, and then like an aioli with the homemade mayo, which an aioli is just mayo with flavors and stuff. So yes, please do yourself a favor and get all this 4 pounds of freaking turkey. 3 pounds. So good. Alrighty. Luckily, we have a spiralizer too, but luckily, Costco has this zucchini pasta. Isn't that crazy? And it's only zucchini and salt. Nothing else. Nothing. So this is going to be one of our main sides for the whole upcoming month. You know, we're going to have our protein. Our side's going to be delicious veggies with some delicious fat. And what else do you need? It's so good. Alrighty, another huge staple that we have are the cauliflower rice. These are so freaking bomb. Like, they're so delicious. If anybody tells you that cauliflower rice sucks, it's because they do not know how to cook it. I repeat, they do not know how to cook cauliflower rice, okay? I'm going to have a whole video on my Spanish rice, like the Mexican rice, with that tomatoey sauce and stuff. But with cauliflower rice, and it doesn't even have to be Spanish flavor. It can be all kinds of herbs that you want to add. It's just, I mean, it acts as your carbs as well as your veggies, and it has a crazy amount of vitamin C. Cauliflower does. So, I mean, it's just gonna be the perfect side. I mean, I eat this with eggs, with all the proteins, with everything. Yes, it's gonna be awesome. Okay, this is something we hardly do, but we decided to get some frozen fruits. I like just to get fruit, but again, the standards of this is that we want to make it last. We want to make sure that we can store it and that it's going to last a whole month, that we don't want to be going out a lot, right? So yes, this is what we came up with. We got some cherries and berries and strawberries and mango and pineapple. This is what's great. When you want a quick snack, you can just grab these and just munch on them, right? Like all icy. Another thing you can do is use it with your food. We also, in addition, got this amazing fish. Like, this tilapia fish is just so freaking delicious. I just discovered it, and it's just so good. It soaks up flavors like you wouldn't believe if you haven't had it yet. So, for example, dice it up, like some pico de gallo or something like that, and put it on top of the fish with your cauliflower rice. And I mean, what else do you need? That's all you need. Okay, so another oil that we got is avocado oil. Okay, it's great. Avocado is great. It's very affordable, and we love cooking with it. The reason this one's special is because this oil allows you to make the mayo that we're going to show you in another video. Usually, the extra light olive oil is our go-to. But again, desperate times, right? So avocado is a really great second, honestly. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just preference. This does give it the more mayo-y color, you know, and it's still delicious, still the same. But extra light olive oil, the extra light flavoring is really the key. So avocado oil, like I said, acts the same way. So we got this baby, we got the lemon juice, and we got the eggs. Alrighty. Not to go over the mayo again, we'll show you that for another video, but we got our eggs. You know, we are getting 2 of some stuff, like 2 almond butters and such. With the eggs, we also decided to just get the most hefty portion that we could for the times. And unfortunately, the organic ones were less, you know, versus the more hefty portion. But I care that it's cage-free. Like, as long as it's cage-free, it's going to be delicious. Like, that's what I've noticed in my own experience, that cage-free versus non-cage-free, you really can tell the difference. Even just when you crack it and you see the yolk, it does matter. So I just feel lucky to have found this hefty of size with a cage-free option. So, I mean, we're going to make our mayos with this. We're going to make our eggs with the sausage in the morning. Come on, like, eggs are just too perfect for this world. So we got these babies right here. These are gonna last a lifetime in the pantry, of course. All right, who also is a chip addict? I'm a chip addict. I love chips a lot. And of course, as you know, with the Whole30, foods with no breaks are the junk foods, because they are just meant to be like, literally like drugs. Like, that's literally how they're designed to be. So because you're not getting any nutrients, no real satiety from the non-nutrient food that you're eating, you can eat it forever. However, if you're eating something that does have nutrients, like kale would, your body eventually is like, okay, I'm good. Like, I'm good, right? So you get the best of both worlds in a product like this, where you're still getting like the crunch of the chip, but then eventually you're not gonna want them anymore. Eventually you're gonna finish your little pack and you're like, I'm good. Like, they're salty, they're simple, they're compliant, and you can totally make an aioli and dip it in an aioli and it'll be delicious.
Also, we totally forgot to show our raspberries and our coffee in the video. Oops. The raspberries are awesome for the breakfasts that we were talking about, our parfaits, quote unquote, and of course, coffee. We love coffee every day. That's the first thing that we do. And yes, this is just a really good option from Costco because it's very, very cheap for a lot, and it should hold us over with that Starbucks for a while. Sad face.
And lastly, salt and onions. I mean, they might as well be the same thing, right? Like onions are just delicious spice that you just eat and it's awesome. And I love yellow onions, and look at the little drawing, is so cute. And yeah, like they're really great produce section. These are gonna last a lifetime. And we were out of salt. So, I mean, yes, I mean, it's so easy. As much as we might all feel overwhelmed of everything that's happening right now, we still have control over what we eat, you know? And we can still, like, not have those excuses, like, oh, but it's a quarantine or whatever. Like, no, like, we can make it work. And you saw us buy couple things, you know, at the same time to make it last through the month. And we are excited to see how we can get creative, right? That's the whole haul. I feel like that's everything. Shoot, we got through it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Like, I'm just excited that you guys are interested in the Whole30, and I really hope you come back. See the journey I'm gonna have, what we eat in a day, and recipes and all that really great stuff. And I just really want to dive into the Whole30 because I really love it, and I just like can't wait to challenge myself in such uncertain times. Like, it's good to know like I have control over what I put in my body, and it's all gonna be great, and it's all gonna be fun, and food is gonna be delicious, and let's all eat and have fun. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe and share. And yes, peace.